One of the biggest school voucher schemes in America is operating right here in Illinois. They said it was a program to help students of color. They said it was an investment in our kids. They said it would be over by now. But the truth is, it's one of the greatest threats to our public education system. It's not helping all students. It's not even helping the students of color it was created to support. In fact, it's hurting the majority of our students and the public schools they go to. This voucher program, the intentionally, deceptively named Invest in Kids Act, is draining $75 million a year from the state budget to send kids and public money to private schools. It was created in a backroom deal in 2017 between anti-union, anti-public education Governor Bruce Rauner, lawmakers, and the Archbishop of the Chicago Archdiocese. It was only supposed to last for 5 years, but it's still going. And now, anti-public education groups are hoping to make these special handouts permanent, which would be a major win in the push to profit from and privatize public education. Here's how it works. Businesses or individuals can put money into a scholarship granting organization, or SGO, and in turn get as much as 75% of their funds back in tax credits. Then, parents of students that attend private school can apply for a voucher, funneling $75 million out of the state's bank account, not to public schools, but into the private school system. The program was intended to help students of color, but the data show that's not what's happening. 1,360 scholarships have gone to African American students, 2,280 to Hispanic and Latino students, and more than twice as many, nearly 4,400, went to white students. This is all happening even though the vast majority of public schools, which serve all students, are already underfunded and inequitable. A recent report from the Partnership for Equity and Education Rights Illinois and the Education Law Center showed 83% of Illinois school districts have underfunded schools, impacting 1.7 million students. And keep in mind, there's no proof of performance from these private schools, which means even though the state is giving tens of millions of dollars to them, we don't have any data to show the money is actually improving students' education. The schools benefiting most from this voucher scheme are religious schools, the schools that can and do discriminate for things like LGBTQ affiliation, disabilities, and religion. There are examples from every corner of the state. Here are a few. At Grace Christian Academy in Kankakee, according to its handbook, the school, quote, reserves the right within its sole discretion to refuse admission of students whose activities are counter to or are in opposition to the biblical lifestyle the school teaches. This includes, but is not necessarily limited to, participating in, supporting, or condoning sexual immorality, homosexual activity, or bisexual activity, promoting such practices, or being unable to support the school's moral principles. See Leviticus 20:13 and Romans 1:27. In Chicago, on the Field Schools FAQ, the school openly says it will not accommodate, quote, moderate to severely disabled students, and all other student applicants with disabilities will be considered on a case-by-case basis. At Timothy Christian School in Elmhurst, families with non-binary members and LGBTQ+ members are listed alongside things like bestiality, pornography, and incest as reasons students may be denied enrollment or expelled. Schools in Bloomington and Springfield have language stating students and parents must adhere to their biologically assigned gender. Cornerstone Christian Academy in Bloomington states it this way, quote, rejection of one's biological sex is a rejection of the image of God within that person. Illinois' public schools are required by law to be inclusive of all students. That means they cannot discriminate for any reason. Diverting money into the private school system only means we're taking money away from the public school system, which means those school districts have to continue to rely on local property taxes for money. Help us stop Illinois' private school voucher scheme once and for all. Why split resources between two educational systems when the private system clearly discriminates and the other serves all students? Because every child has the right to a fair, equitable education. Truly investing in our kids should mean investing in all of them, because we know strong public schools for all means strong students, strong families, and strong communities.